So a little disclaimer. As a Russian, I thought a lot about if I have the moral right to go and enjoy World Cup now while my own country attacking another country that I kind of have like family connection, and I do have friends in Ukraine and they still live there. So it was more moral question from my side, like is it normal? Obviously not, but like I'm a football fan and I missed every game back in my own country in 2018 because we were not allowed to take vacation at the like World Cup period at my work, and on top of that I had it was exam period in my university, so and my team didn't do well. Like if you can see my team, they didn't play well in Russia and actually not really well this time as well in Qatar. But 4 years ago I decided that I wanted to go to this one because next one in North America, not happening. It's too far away, too complicated. I will never have enough money for something like that. Even this trip, I was like saving and planning for 4 years. So at the end, obviously, I decided to go. Mostly because there were like zero complications for Russians. Qatar is like still kind of having a relationship with my country, and there's planes going to Moscow from Doha. And basically some of my friends who in Ukraine, they say to me that like it will change nothing to Ukraine, to Ukrainian people, to this war. Like if I go or stay at home, like it changed nothing. So actually they were the biggest reason that I still decided to do it, because I obviously still feel really bad, and I were messaging with them through all my trips, sending photos, mostly because like it was so at some point for them, like both of them never leave Ukraine, only for Russia. Another never even been in Russia, and yeah, I was just trying to give them some experience, hoping to next time travel with them somewhere, because yeah, we became so much closer through this war. So yeah, if not for them saying that it's actually will change nothing to this war and it will only like make me sadder. So yeah, it's just disclaimer that Russians weren't this how to better say, like joyful experience. I know that there were Russian, I heard Russian few times, and obviously I was flying from Moscow with not full plane is actually something to say, but still, yeah, that's the end of disclaimer. It's my first kind of vlog. I wasn't really comfortable to film around. There's two reasons. I'm just not really comfortable. I'm introverted, and it's much easier to be alone with the camera than outside with the camera. And mostly, like everywhere, there was a lot of people, so it definitely was hard to make like proper vlog outside of hotel. And because I was there not alone, and like my friends who was with me there, they didn't know about my like little YouTube story. So yeah, it will be too much question, and I'm not really ready to tell them that I'm doing something like that, mostly because they will not approve, but I don't care, but still. So yeah, I'm not happy with how much like material I have for a vlog, but I will still try. So it's a crappy vlog. It's really crappy vlog, mostly with little videos that I will voice over, and a huge amount of them I was just filming for Insta story. Didn't even think that I will need them in vlog. Only few times through this trip I was remembered that, oh, I wanted to do vlog, I need to film like different formats. So welcome to my crappy vlog about my little experience in a group stage of World Cup in Qatar 2022. Hope you will enjoy it. So on November 22nd at morning, I leave my city, go to Moscow, and from Moscow Sheremetyevo we fly to Doha. Here it was -6 degrees and kinda ice rain, and in Doha, when we arrived at 10 p.m., it was +28 Celsius. So as you can see, everything on Qatar Airways is about World Cup. Even Lewandowski in these things that teach you what to do in emergency situation. And basically the first place I go to next day was Germany versus Japan match. Yes, Deutschland is my favorite team. I chose them in Euro 2012 and already go through excellent ups and downs with them. By the way, this is Khalifa International Stadium. Easy to reach, not easy to park. So Germany lost that day, but first time I wasn't devastated by it, probably because it was the first time for me to watch them real and really close. I had really good place. I sit in third row, so yeah, it was magical experience. By the way, I watched some games on Confederation Cup in 2017, but it was never Germany. A little minus of sitting this close, you actually not really can see flags when there's this opening of the game, and we didn't have this beautiful opening in this stadium, but we had on next two matches on Al Bayt Stadium, and it was pretty hot that day, and it was like 4 p.m. But I think there was air conditioners even inside the venue, so yeah, it was still like not so hot to be inside, even though there's like open roof. My little find Manuel Neuer game. You know, back in years, I loved when he leave gates behind, go to play a little on field, you know, being sweeper keeper. But after what happened in 2018 against South Korea, I have a trauma, and that trauma definitely still didn't heal. Cause yeah, my heart stops when I see him playing on another side. But the other side, Germany needed to score, and it was like last maybe 2 minutes, so they try really hard. But I really can congratulate Japan with that game. It was beautiful. So the next day obviously was about sightseeing, and I love the amount of flag you see everywhere, like even in just grocery stores. This is Katara, and these big flags, I love it so much. Later I understood that they placed them in order from each group, from A to B to C and ATK. So I was waiting for Germany for some time in this kinda hard traffic, but it's still really beautiful and fascinating. So on the right side you can see air conditioners that underground, and it's cool. And finally I saw the water. I have questions towards this street illumination because these little tiny road lamps are not enough at nights. Day 3 was about trying to learn some country's history, and we go to National Museum of Qatar. It's pretty modern, it's good, podcast is really good. I would say it's the best museum that I ever saw. It's better than any Russian museum. It's really entertaining. There are a lot of interactional stuff, like this little game and another game. And I saw some like computer when you can go through easy tests that I pass perfectly. And yeah, I will say that they show you whole history of country maybe like in 40 minutes, which is really really good. Like you're not boring and you're not tired of learning stuff. So 5 star from me. So in and out National Museum of Qatar looks really good. After we go to Corniche, I think it's like seafront, and I actually enjoyed this place a lot and go there in following days not once. This is a box park in the port. There's like little cafes there and jet ski, which I later in a few days try to ride, and I can't swim at all, so it was a big deal for me. Beautiful sunset and bunch of flags there. You can see I'm obsessed with flags. I only have one question: why they had a European Union flag? It's not a country. And night illumination. I never thought that something that I considered as Christmas light can look so good on palm. You kinda can see Education City Stadium there because we go to National Library of Qatar, and this is impressive. There's so much books, there's iPads when you can check if the book available. There's bunch of books on English, obviously a lot of on Arabic. There's big section with like Zionist literature of every kind, and actually a lot of fictional as well. I find few Russian classical authors. Some of the books that I were kind of not expected to see in Arabic country. And you can see football even here. And now it's time for Germany versus Spain, and this is Al Bayt Stadium. My place weren't so good for this one, but I still enjoyed the game, and here we had the proper opening. We will see it a little bit later. So it was draw 1-1, and it was not what both teams were needed, especially Germany, but it was still a beautiful game and I enjoyed a lot. In a few days after, we go to rent little boat. Original plan was to go to this small island that you can see on the right video, but actually you need to swim to it from your boat and I can't swim at all, so it was 2 hours of me trying not to think about Titanic. And the final day for Group E, I was at Albion Stadium, obviously with Germany versus Costa Rica. So Germany finally won, but you should see the faces of people in the stadium where for a few minutes there was statistic that Spain and Germany together going out. It was hilarious. Sad me living this tournament together with my team. Anyway, thank you Qatar. So on December 3rd, I said bye to Doha. I do have questions towards FIFA about host, but it still was experience that I was happy to live through. So thanks for watching. I hope it wasn't that crappy. And now I will dream about European Championship in Germany 2024. Hopefully I will make it. Hopefully war will end soon, because I'm afraid with this war this dream will just disappear. Again, thank you for watching and maybe we'll see you later. Bye.